It's time now to sit down with the head coach, Mike Vrabel. Coach joins me. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Another big win. It's a lot of wins in a row as we start tacking this thing on. A little bit of a rock fight. And I talked to you before the game, and you told me, this is going to be difficult here. They got a good front. It's a sticky defense in the back end. They're good at ball hawking. But we're going to look at it in X and O's, that transition right before the half. You get a stop, you get a field goal. But how much did that set you guys up for the second half?
Well, I thought the sudden change was critical after the interception, and then our defense was able to go 3 and out. They missed a field goal, and that helped. And then being able to get a stop and then go down there at half and convert. As hard as we made it on ourselves to be able to get a bunch of yards back and then be able to take it down and kick the field goal. So what looked like bad ball kind of turned into some decent football and allowed us to take the lead at halftime.
8 games in now, regular season. That does not count 3 preseason games, the preseason practices. It takes a toll on your body. You remember what it's like as a player. Now, as a staff, you guys have to be careful, sort of, not to back off a little bit during the week, but be sensitive to the NFL players' bodies at this point.
Well, I think there's some guys that have played a lot of snaps for us. I think that there's, everything is a case-by-case basis on what I feel like we need in trying to get our players ready for Sunday. So we have to monitor that. We have to be conscious of that, but we also have to continue to stay sharp and develop the players on our roster that need some of that work. And a lot of it is based on what the quarterback needs as far as timing. And, those things are critical. And the scheme is different each week. So we're going to try to always be conscious of what the players need and how we get them ready for Sunday.
Going back about 40, 45 years ago in Akron, little Mike Vrabel at the time, were you a Browns fan when you grew up?
Of course. Yeah, of course I was. I mean, it's hard to grow up 45 minutes from that municipal stadium and Bernie Kosar and
Brad Sipe. It felt like I was watching Brad Sipe with the old all-white uniform.
And exactly. Yeah. And those teams, and they were good, you know what I mean? And they had the fumble, we had the drive. Those broke my heart, but was a Browns fan growing up.
Feels like there's a little something extra. It's your hometown team. Diggs had the Buffalo game. You're back in Tennessee last week. It always seems like there's always a little something extra every week.
There's something every week. You can find something, I think.
Speaking every week, you look at Atlanta now on film. There's highs and lows with this football team. When you watch them, it's not really one thing that sticks out, but like you're going to get the good Atlanta, you're going to get the bad Atlanta which week?
I think you're going to anticipate you're going to get the good one every week. You're going to get Bijan Robinson, who premium player in this league and probably one of the best offensive players. I think he's leading yards from scrimmage in the National Football League, so I know we're going to get him. They've got good size at their skill position. Drake London and Pitts. And
Pitts is like a wide receiver almost.
Well, again, you just you got to be conscious of where he's at in the matchups, and then defensively, they have the ability to take the ball away. Again, they're going to put a lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. They're going to play. They trust in their corners, and if you make a mistake, Jesse Bates is usually around the football.
All right, time now for the Sports Illustrated ticket question of the week. Comes from Jason T. This show airs on Halloween. Was Halloween special for you as a kid growing up, or did it mean more to you as a parent when you first, shuffle your kids out the door to go?
Yeah, I think probably, more as a kid. You take off and you're running and you're out. This is when you had old pillowcase and you'd fill it up and
there's no Halloween stores. There was no Spirit Halloween
store.
store.
No, you had to make your own costume. Yeah, you had to be creative. There wasn't the internet. You couldn't Amazon something the next day. And, then I guess when the boys were growing up, it was always, Halloween was here. Yeah. And it was fun in the neighborhood.
Up like you? No? Tom?
Probably a Welker in there, probably a Tom, probably a dad at some point in time in there. And so there was a lot of good memories in the neighborhood, during Halloween.
Good stuff. All right, if you want to ask the coach a question, you have to follow the team on Twitter @Patriots /AskTheCoach.